Hi ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Nate and the Mutts here. We just did a lovely lady I know, a good friend of mine named Lisa, with her little fur family. So, this is Gremlin. So little Gremlin here basically is happy, 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 plus, plus, plus. Little Mischief here is a little bit more cautious as a result of a slight or concerning upbringing. Very good. Good girl, lady. And lady, the one that's just about to start to come into picture. Very good. Very good. Good girl. So lady here is a little cautious. She's about 5 months old. She's a Kelpie, Husky, what else did we say?
Staffy.
Staffy cross. So, good girl. So if you just want to face that a little bit towards her, so keep it on her for there now. So basically where she moves and things, you can sort of use her as the tracking. Good, lay down. Very good. So what she's just shown me right there is that she's comfortable enough and trusting enough at the moment. We haven't actually touched or interacted yet, lady and I. But she's comfortable enough, and as you can see her little happy tail, that's as a result of my little gremlin friend is helping me, but to lay down. Now dogs won't lay down on the ground if they don't trust you or they're not 100% comfortable, unless they're laying all the way upside down with their legs splayed, sort of given up. Now she's going to do that eventually when we start to hang out, but you don't want them to lay all the way on their back. That's too submissive. Good girl, very good. So I actually brought some food with me today. As people who know me know, I don't generally use food with the exception of the initial meeting. And the reason for that is I sort of equivalate it to if I go to a friend of mine's house and I ask them to come and help me get some dog food out of the car or whatever else, and they actually get given $50, and then if I say, oh look, can you go and open the door, and I give them $20, and then I say, mate, can you go and pick up me some milk from down the road, and give him $100. Now I'm not going to be able to, or I'm not saying to bribe them all the time, every time, but if that's the first meeting you have with that person, you're pretty much going to want to do things for them, yeah? So what we're looking at here is to give a positive association with me. Now, very good. Dogs under extremely high stress won't eat, as you'll be able to see Peppy in some of the other videos, until they get a little more comfortable. Now the reason that this one started to eat straight away, or that I threw the food straight at her, I have no food in my hand, just some smell of it. Good girl, good kisses, very good. Now if you can actually see how I'm facing not towards her, not away from her. It's about 45 degrees or a 90 degree sort of position. So I'm just giving her that positive association with a smell. Good girl. So that low tail wag, the little shutter there I'll talk about in a second, but that low tail wag is a desire to interact. Right there, that's pretty much a good thing. It's not very confident. We've got our other little more confident fellow friends, furry friends. So the higher tail, the more assertive, the more confident the dog. So extremely happy is when their tail touches one side of their body to the other side. Now this is a sign of high stress. Yes, you two can have some, but you two can have it at a distance. You're both being very good, but you've got to go find it. So with this dog, now this is actually Lisa's son's dog. They've got a couple of other puppies and life things, and so to help the dog come around, he's sort of up here for a bit of a puppy holiday. Very good. We're just going to help the dog build some confidence. So with that low tail wag, that's really, really good. If the tail stops moving, that's a sign for you to stop moving or stop sort of directing them or change the tone of your voice to a high-pitched noise. Now, the way to get all dogs to come, it assimilates. Oh, very good. It assimilates the same sort of noise that a mother's calling noise is in their head. So all puppies and dogs under 1 year will respond to that high-pitched noise. Very good sit. Good sit. Now Lisa's taught little lady here. Good come. Thank you. Lisa's taught little lady here how to sit a little bit. Very good. Which is now as a result that we can see that's a known response. So the way to get the dogs to come is not to sit there and say to them straight away to come to me. you give them an intermedium. So I'm actually just going to sit on the ground. Not as young as I used to be. None of us are. So, very good. So you make like a Hansel and Gretel little trail on the way to yourself, getting dogs more confident. This works really well, getting dogs to come from the back of cages. Spread it around. Now, they're going to have a startle response. So just there. Now, that's as a result of an unknown act. When they get scared or do it, it's the same as if a child falls over in a supermarket. Every time this little lady here gets scared or worried, I go, good girl, it's okay. Very good. Good girl. So if the kid falls over and scrapes their knee in the supermarket, then you say, oh, how's your knee? Oh, are you okay? Oh, are you okay? That kid's going to start to cry. It's going to be emotional and you've created an event. If you say to that kid, oh, you're okay, it's okay, hop up, let's go, quick, come on, we're on our way, very good, and you don't actually put too much emotion into the situation, that generally helps calm it. Now, disclosure, I'm not talking about if a child has a broken leg. Please, people, know that. What we're looking for is excellent, exactly that. So as a result of me changing my body position, I'm sitting here in a positive way, not directly towards her. And you don't have to do this every single time when you're greeting your dog, but this is just a way that to get them to come towards you. Very good. I'm just making that sign. That dogs straight away associate this with food, no matter whether they've seen it before or not. You can get every dog to sit by doing this. Sit. Wait, where are we? Very good. No food. How about you do it for me? Sit. When you're ready. That's a bit hard. We do it this way. Sit. Everything. Oh, good. Sit. Okay. Now you got to go find it. You do this way. So often that dogs are scared will approach you from behind. Now she's obviously sniffing and looking for other things to do. So what we've got with her is when she starts to give certain types of licks. Now there's a quick lick that she gives that's just going to come out just over her nose. She was giving some, we'll call that one a 1. And then if we go all the way when it looks like they're getting food off their mouth, we'll call that a 4. So when they're doing a level 1 lick, where they're just licking really, really quickly, which you're going to see her do in a minute when I put this collar and lead on her, basically she's going to be telling me that she wants to interact but she's scared. The bigger the lick, the more that it doesn't mean she's over it, but the more that she's trying to explain to people how concerned or how willing to interact she is. Very clever too. Very clever. Good girl. So her coming front on right now is a great sign. Her ears out sideways at the top of her head just then. So both ears are sort of sticking out sideways. Looks like an airplane ear with some of these littler dogs. They'll be out like that. That's ambiguity. She doesn't quite know what's going on. So when she was first walking forward there, that's why I stopped trying to interact with her. And I'm just patting her on the side of the face. Dogs don't like to be touched on the top of the head. See this? They'll allow it because they love us. And when they're your dog and living with you, it's a lot different. But as a rule, dogs don't like to be touched on the top of the head. They can't see up. They've got to lift their head, which makes them vulnerable. So the side of the face, when you see one dog greeting another dog, if it's submissive, it's going to lick underneath the face like this. If it wants to greet at the same level, it'll meet here. If it wants to be assertive, you'll see the other dogs put their head across the back of the head, or you'll see them put their paw across. Very good. So that's a focused tail. That's an attentive tail. Thanks for the kiss. Very good. Very good. Oh, good go to the toilet. Good girl. Good lady. Alright, my little furry friends. I'm just going to change positions and we'll get the dog back. So, what we're looking at also, being a young 5-year-old dog, lady chews up a lot of stuff. Is that correct, Lise?
Yeah.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to show how to redivert. Now, when they chew up objects, there's many, many different ways out there to train. There's heaps of different stuff. This is just one. So, what we're going to do is we're going to show how to redivert for her. we already now know she's a high value treat for her. This is roast chicken. I've got a sick dog at home that at the moment all he can eat is chicken, so she lucked out today. You did. You did. That was that level 1 lick just there. That little tiny lick just coming out of her nose. It couldn't quite move either way. There you go. So that's that startle response. So with there, so she's now opened her mouth, which is a positive, but in reality we're out in the sun. So when you're looking for these licks, when she does a level 4 lick, it means that something's really concerning her, or she wants to get involved. So when her tail, it's often, Lee said she doesn't really go underneath her tail, underneath her body so much, which is a good thing, meaning that she does have some confidence there inside. Very good. But right now, as you can see, she just doesn't quite know what to do. So when I put this lead on her, she's not going to like it. She's going to do a thing where they flip and she's going to go upside down. She's going to go, oh, silly, and carry on. And I'm going to get to show you her calming signals on how when she's going to go from being high stress to when she's relaxed. Now, even though I've got the collar on this end, which is a martingale collar, these are fantastic. It has the same noise and the same sort of response. Yeah, so with this, you can actually, it'll adjust itself. So you should have it that when you're not training or you're not doing anything and you're walking out and around along that should fit like a normal collar. Having this little bit of an adjustment, generally a lot of the time with people in old school check chains and all this sort of stuff, we've all done different types of training. It's the noise, the actual noise of the response, you know, because you can be working with, good sit, very good, just on her there, just for your son and other people around the world. When dogs sit like that, they've got a potential to have some hip problems later in life, from owning many shepherds myself. So just have a look at, speak with your vet or some natural sort of alternate therapy people. They'll give you silly little things like seaweed and you crush up, if anyone eats seafood, you crush up all the shells into a paste, and things like that can help them a lot longer later in life. Uncooked chicken necks is apparently the highest known source of calcium to man. So if little dogs like this, if their poop starts turning white, they're eating too much calcium and whatnot. Very good. So with the dog, when they're starting there and they're sort of starting to get a little bit cautious, now if I wanted her to come to me over there, I'm actually going to negotiate, so we'll go halfway. Good girl, very good. So right there, as you can see, she's got an unknown, she wants to interact. That's that little yawn there. So you got the sniffer in there, you can sniff in there. So when they yawn, it's the next level after licking. So she's sort of gone to the point of where that's too much pressure, that's too quick and too everything else. And if you actually have a look at how I'm sitting, it's not in the correct position for her. I wanted to show you that you can do it right and wrong. So I'm facing too far forward. I should be facing, you can sit and do that, but just that way. That one little bit of difference. And then when I went to her, if you go straight to the dog, or even if it's halfway, it's going to give them an impression where they're a little bit, it's too fast, it's too much. Very good. So to get your dogs to come out, you're going to help. You're going to help. You're going to get some high energy. So once again, I'm going to use the bribery because we're doing a quick short video for you. Now you don't have to use food every day. Now when she's coming for the food and she's getting there doing it, if you say, good girl, good respect, good confidence, you know, brave girl, whatever words you want to say, we might use that. We'll use brave girl now. So when she starts coming forward, I'll use brave girl and I'll do a thumbs up sign. Now, in a second, you're doing very good. Now you can do, I like to do the words with a hand signal, whether it's stop or wait or move or any of those sort of things. It just gives them more than one ability to understand what you're saying, and often it's a lot clearer too. I'll bribe her again because I put her under stress. Yeah, you know what bribing means, do you? Good brave girl. So we'll do some dog fishing.
Due to YouTube's funny thing of 15 minutes, you can't post any more or whatever else, we're going to have to cut and edit. There's more videos to come. She'll come and visit and we'll hang out and we'll see how we go, yeah? So take care from Nate and the Mutts. Love Lisa, Jared and the family.